I know the scope is supposed to be better because of the price point on it, but by damn, it is better. Welcome back, guys. Came out today. We have a new rifle to unveil. Is unveil the word? We're gonna go with unveil. A new rifle to unveil today. We had that Ruger #1. Couldn't get it to 0. Still not sure it was the rifle. As we're breaking the scope down after we traded in the rifle, we found the rings were a little bit tight. And by a little bit, I mean it broke two bits. So I don't know if it was an over tightened ring. I know when it was put together, it was put together with a torque wrench, but all the rest of the bolts were fine. Just one screw on one ring was like, I mean, it broke a lot of stuff. There's a random dog here. Hello, random dog. Anyway, could have just been some good Loctite. We're not sure. So still not sure if it was the rifle, if it was the mount. We've got the scope. We had the scope checked out and we remounted on this new rifle. I had some guys over at L&L. Really good people to work with, by the way. Anyway, we had them check the scope and everything seemed to be going good. So what we've done is made the trade in and we went with the Christensen Arms. And there's two random dogs here. Hello, other random dog. All right, I had to scare off my guest. You can see him run away over there. Anyway, so we went with the Christensen Arms Ridgeline and a 300 Win Mag. So we've upgraded from that I don't know if it's an upgrade, but the 7mm STW. We will be shooting today. I had to go back and check for exactly what my suppressor was. It is a hybrid 46 from Silencer Co. That was a Christmas gift a couple of years ago. So we're going to get this bad boy in at 50. And then back up to 100 and get it sighted in, set the scope. We put the PST right back on top of it, so we have the Vortex PST. And then we're gonna try to stretch our legs out a little bit today. We've found a few places on the farm that we think we can get 300 plus. I'm really just wanna check dope for both rifles. There's a very, very good chance, and by very good, I mean it's 90%, 100% likely we'll be updating the scope on this Christensen Arms 300 up to another Mark 5, but they're out of stock. They're not here now, so we're going to get ready to go shoot bear, and if it comes in, we'll just redo this again because it's fun and not really that big of an issue. So we did go with a 20 MOA, a plus 20 MOA mount for the optic. That way, if Heath ever wants to take this gun and shoot at some distance, some real distance, you know, 1,100, 1,200, 1,500 yards, whatever, he definitely can. I have full faith the rifle will do it, the scope will do it, and especially if we get to that Mark 5. But that will just give him the extra scope height, right? Just setting it at a plus 20 MOA. So I have one on my Tikka back at the house, my 6.5, and I love that thing. It's made it wonderful. So anyway, we're going to get the target set up, get some ammo running through this thing, get it in at 50, and then we'll back up to 100 and get everything right, and we'll stretch our legs out. Here we go. All right, we're all set up, ready to go. Sticking with the Winchester Copper Impact today. We're still wanting to shoot 180 grain when we get to Canada, so we're going to go with 180 grain here. Now, understanding it could change. We actually bought some Hornady Match in 195, and that might be what we take, depending on how both guns shoot it. Maybe one of them likes that better than this. I don't know. This stuff shot pretty good through my Tikka when we broke it in last time or zeroed it. I'm hoping for the same experience today because, well, it's the stuff that's available. If you know anything about ammo, there's not a lot of it available. So, Copper Impact today. We'll see how it shoots. See how it shoots the CA, and hopefully we have good results. I'm not remaking my rookie mistake. I did put the silencer on, a suppressor. Okay, so we're gonna go with no earmuffs today. If this first round shocks me, then I will readjust and change my plans. Also, speaking with my gun friend, he brought to my attention that the suppressor will absorb a lot of the kick or a lot of the recoil off these rifles. So what I was afraid of with my Tikka last time may still come to fruition. I may still get my tail whipped when we get to Canada because we can't take our suppressors up there. And I'm hoping today it does that because this is even lighter than the Tikka, right? These Christensen Arms are, I don't know how much it weighs. I'll look it up later. But complete carbon fiber barrel. It's very light. I believe that the scope is the heaviest thing in this setup. So anyway, hoping this one doesn't wear me out too bad either. So definitely not too much kick. It looks like I hit very low and left. So I'm gonna make some adjustments, walk it in a little bit here. Probably about 2 inches right, and we'll go 4 to 6 inches up. And we'll get another round through it before we go down and walk. It's only 50 yards, but I'm gonna save them steps. All right, made my adjustments there. I think it's a lot of fun to shoot. Round 2. All right, first signs of worry about the scope. Tracked pretty good coming up. I moved it up 5 inches. It came up about 5 inches. I moved it right 2 inches and it went left 1 inch. This is the only ammo we have for this gun right now. So I'm gonna keep shooting it a few more times. If it gives me too many issues with the tracking, I'm gonna save the money and call it quits, and we'll just get the scope replaced. Good thing it's Vortex, so thought my visitors were back. They're not. With it being a Vortex, obviously lifetime warranty, so you know, kind of the no questions asked thing, which is super nice. That's a great product, a great warranty to have. So I'm gonna put a couple more through it, see if it tracks. I've made the corrections again here. Hopefully it doesn't over track or anything. We'll give it a go though. So we're going in round 3. Much better that time. We're inch low, gonna make the adjustment, come on up, hope for the best. So I had one round that just wouldn't seat well, and we're gonna set it aside and make it our unlucky round. Hope we don't see a lot more of that with this box. I got it to close, but it was not easy, so I'm not gonna shoot that one. Popped it right out of there. It wouldn't even eject right, so I'm sure it's just a sizing issue. You know, make ammo in mass, you're gonna have some sizing issues, but next one loaded fine. Round 4. Oh yeah, took the middle out of the crosshair, the little X. We're gonna go ahead and back up to 100, get this one put in at 100. We'll break the Tikka back out, probably shoot one just to confirm where we're at, and we're gonna go set up a longer lane. All right, so I was gonna go ahead and show the target real quick, just to see how we walk this pattern in. There we go. First shot here, so you know, low into the left. That still doesn't feel like 6 inches to me. It's about 5. Kind of had to make that adjustment up. Maybe even 4 inches. So quite a bit of movement to come up. Second shot, you can see where I went a little bit left. I'll go ahead and take credit for that. Just say it's operator error. Moved it right and up. We still didn't get any elevation out of it, so that's a little bit worrisome. But then when I just made my elevation change for that last shot, I mean, we've got them sitting right on top of each other there. So I'm happy with that at 50. We'll go to 100. This one doesn't have any cool stickers, so I'll just bring a Sharpie. I brought a Sharpie in my pocket, so I'll just put an X on these so I know what's what, and we'll go try to stack some more bullets in here. All right, back at 100. I just wanted y'all to see this view. We got a pretty little range here today. The creek's finally running. Oklahoma got some rain. We needed it. So you don't get to hear the babbling brook this time because we're a little bit further away. You might be able to hear it. I don't know. I'm assuming not. But I get to see it, hear it, shoot over it. It's great. So 100 yards. Once again, we're just gonna put a couple through this, make sure it's where we want it. I mean, if it hits right on like the Tikka did last time, but I suspect it won't. I suspect we'll have to make a little bit of adjustment here. And then, so we'll get it dialed in, put one through the Tikka, move on to bigger and better things. All right, we got round number 1 at 100. It's loading better now, so that's good. I think it was just one misshapen round. Get your shit together, Winchester. Not bad. I'm gonna shoot again. The windage is way off, like 6 inches left. I'm starting to think maybe it's scope, which is not good news. Going one more time, I suppose. I'm gonna make no adjustments here. I'm hoping I just pulled. I'm okay with being wrong. I'd rather it be me than this equipment. It's not something I'm accustomed to, but we're gonna give it another shot here. Pray it was me that time. Have to pause for a minute. I'm actually getting a little bit of a heat mirage out of the suppressor here. So we'll give everything a second cool down and we'll get back to it. Confirmation round. Well, kinda. I guess I'm really still adjusting it and dialing it in. Dropped it down 2 inches. Go from there. We're gonna have to go look at that one. I honestly don't see it on the paper. We'll just take us a little walk. Remember that pretty creek I was talking about and how nice it was to shoot over it? And guess what it ain't nice to do is try to cross it. And my boots are waterproof-ish. They're Under Armour hovers or whatever. So I'm gonna walk through this. And listen, Under Armour, I've already called out Winchester on their shoddy round. I'll call you out. Not that anybody cares. If my feet get wet, I'm gonna be some kind of upset. We'll try to find a shallower place because they're just like mid-high boots. Nah, it's getting deeper. Here we go. All to not have to re-spot the truck for the shooting, huh? Maybe I found a place to cross. Look how beautiful that is. As a southern Oklahoma boy, when everything is red and gross, this is wonderful. Still have to jump this. Look, I can jump 3 feet. Okay, I'm fine. There's no issues whatsoever. No worries. We made it. Boots are waterproof. Don't ask me how I know, but I know. So good job, Under Armour. Let's just hope that we're not mad at a Vortex by the end of the day. All right, made it to the paper. We're not putting any more rounds to that gun. At 100 yards and the grouping we're getting, listen, I can blame shooter error, and I'm okay with that, right? But man, it's just not consistent enough. So here's I sharpied these out a little bit, right? So we went there on our 50-yard zero. At 100, our first shot was here. So that's why when I said, you know, low and left, I made no adjustments. It went here. So that's 3 inches high, 2.5, 3 inches to the right, whatever. And then all I did was come down that 2 inches, which, you know, probably could have been closer to an inch. And now we're back to the right. I guess it did track up and down okay. I don't know. I'm a little worried, so I'm going to probably start shooting these other targets. Kind of see what we can figure out there. Definitely worried about it. The elevation's really not as bad as I thought originally. That one still worries me though. And I didn't pull right. So it's just close enough. Like I want to shoot another one because it definitely could still just be me. I don't know. We'll figure it out in a minute, I guess. I'll think about it as I'll trek back to the truck. I've walked my several hundred yards to cross the creek in the skinny spot. All right. Side on the way over, I'll shoot one more round. So I'm gonna come back up an inch. We're gonna shoot one more time, and then that will determine if we're sending this scope off to Vortex or if we are gonna try to stretch this one out today. Either way, we're gonna put the Tikka to the test because it was shooting very, very true. But we're gonna, this right here, this shot will determine what we're doing. All right, this is the one. It's the one that tells us if it's good scope, bad scope. I have to get the binos out, or that other gun. I'm not walking back over there. It's not where I put it. So we're gonna be done shooting this one for the day. We'll just have to get a different scope. Happens sometimes, unfortunately. So after I got the Tikka over here with the Leupold, however you want to say it. First of all, let's just say how amazing this thing is. Lord have mercy. Several things with the other rifle. We've got to get another bipod on it. We just kind of have that cheaper Caldwell on there. I don't even remember what brand mine is. I'm sure I could find the stuff for it at some point. But man, it just feels so much more stable. And so that, you know, that could be an issue. But on that last shot, I moved it up an inch, and instead it went 2 inches left and 0 elevation change. So at that point, I have to blame the scope. That's 2 rifles that we haven't been able to shoot well. So we will send it back into Vortex and hopefully get another one. It is a PST Gen 1, so hopefully they still have some of those in stock. I don't know what their policy is if they don't have the scope in stock. Anyway, so we'll take it off there and send it in, let them know it won't track. We're gonna put one down range here with this one, and then set up that long range. I think 300 to 350 is where I want to try to go today. I just have to find the right terrain, the right geographical location out here. And I think we have it here on the farm. I just have to kind of get it set up. I got 2 places I've been looking, so we'll try to make that happen. Anyway, update soon. All right, first round through the Tikka for the day. We're at 100 yards still. I had a conversation at the gun shop the other day about how much better the Remington 700 long action is over the Tikka. And I just have to say that guy's crazy. Okay, this Tikka is the smoothest action I've ever used in my life. I mean, I just put that CA away, and this thing is just so smooth. The only thing that you could possibly say is better is the stiffness and the sound of the safety on this Tikka versus that, what is essentially the Remington 700 action. in that CA. It is very easy to flick that safety off, and there's basically no audible feedback with it. But I guess that could get you in a hunt, right? You flick your safety off on this Tikka and something hears it, but good Lord, like I kind of want a little bit of resistance anyway. I don't want this thing to accidentally come off safety while I'm trying to shoot, or while I'm trying to walk through the woods, or, you know, climbing a stand or whatever. I want to be more in control of that. So Tikka, you got it going on. I don't know who makes Tikkas. I'm almost certain it's their own. I'll do some research and make a big bubble up here in the screen or something that says I'm an idiot, or ha ha ha, I'm right, it is Tikka. I know they're owned by Seiko, and Beretta sells them in the United States, or you know, they come through here through Beretta. So I have to do some research to figure out which it is. Anyway, we're gonna get this first round fired through here. That way we can move on with our day. Round one, ready to rock and roll. Quickly, I will say that's okay on the Remington as well, is that you can load it while it's on safe, or you can just trust your equipment to not go off while you're loading it while it's on fire. I don't know. Anyway, I kind of like having the bolt locked too. Here we go, round one. I know this scope is supposed to be better because of the price point on it, but by damn, it is better. That even hit a little high, probably inch high. I'm gonna drive one more home here. Confirmation, make sure I didn't do anything stupid there. We'll let it ride. Round two at 100. Kind of stacked them there. So I'm gonna go with where it's a little high. Just bring it down some. I'm okay readjusting 0 on it. That's 6 rounds that have gone through the gun, so not a concern. I forgot to take the or put the video on there for the last shot, but I just moved target around a little bit, left it right back on the original 0. I thought it was a little bit weird the way it was trying to move around, putting it right through the heart. So I'm gonna consider it still 0'd. We're gonna go figure out where we can stretch our legs out a little bit here. And I'm hoping this copper impact stuff is good for several hundred yards. I'm gonna, if I have to take it and shoot bear with it, I don't want to be limited by the round. So we'll confirm dope today, and then confirm the bullets are going to shoot good through the weapon. All right, so we've made our move. I guess we can show you the distance here. So the best I can do today is 200. I could make 250 work, but I don't like not having a backstop. I'd be shooting up on the hill to the right of where you're looking there. So my target is in them trees right yonder, just right on the last one. Up here I can get 250, but it's just not enough of a backstop for me. And then we have all these trees here prevent me from going any further backwards. Shoot that way, but it's towards the road. So I don't know. I'll keep looking and trying to, we got high wires that go across here. Anyway, point is, we're going to shoot 200 yards. So I've already set my dope. I have an app, and I'll share the app name with you. I don't remember what it is right this second. So anyway, I'll share that app, and you guys can go out and get it if you want. I love it. I use it in the tree stand all the time when I'm hunting with my rifle, because with my 6.5 Creedmoor, I've shot deer out to 250, 300 yards, and it's just, I check the app, tells me how far to drop. So it's like having automatic dope, and then I just save that round, and it goes off of, all the ballistic data. Anyway, it'll tell me exactly how much MOA on that scope, how much to change. So that's what I've done today. I've just had to kind of create this bullet in there. This copper impact's not one of the rounds that it even has in its data bank. So I've created it in there, used all the ballistics information off the box. So 0.36 was the MRAD drop, it said. I went 0.4, we'll kind of see where that works out at. I could go 0.3, but, you know, I rounded up instead of down, whatever. It's going to be right in there somewhere. So we're at 200 yards. We're going to be shooting 0.4 MRAD drop and kind of see where things land. All right, shot number one. First time I've shot 200 yards since deer season 2 years ago. So kind of nice to get the uneasiness out, kind of get the jitters out. We'll get this first shot and kind of see where it's at. And I have a feeling it's going to dial right in because that app, man, it's worked great for me in the past. I used it at a shooting competition about 3 years ago, and I mean, it worked out to 1,100 yards with that 6.5. So the only concern I have right now is having to create the bullet and put it in there. But man, with all the ballistics information, I don't know why it could go wrong. So we're going to try to push this one out here to 200 yards. So right off the bat, I noticed that it is, I measured this time, by the way, because I'm tired of guessing on these targets. Here's why the target's messed up. Well, I couldn't judge distance because it's 3 3/4 inches. It's not a 4-inch target. Or should I say it to 1/2? Like that's half of it, right? So it's not an 8-inch target. It's not a 6-inch target. So it's just a very random in the middle size target. So here I can tell that I am right at 3 inches left on windage and maybe a 1/2 inch down on elevation. That spooks me. I don't like that. Once again, I really like Hornady rounds because I don't have to deal with this. I'm not saying it's the round. It could be the 0. I lost that empty there, but we're going to go again. We're going to see what happens. All right, round 2. Making no adjustment here. I just want to see if it's me. Is it actually the wind? I do have a good breeze here today, but at 200 yards, I don't. And it's the wrong direction. So my breeze is left to right, and it shot left. So could be a round, could be a bad 0. I don't know. So we're gonna keep shooting and find out. That was a little better. Inch right, inch up. Yeah. We'll just see where it goes from here, I guess. Because that's a lot of distance. Just over 4 inches movement and windage, and then, you know, a couple inches, 1.5 inches in elevation. So let's do it again. Round 3 from 200. That's a little better. Windage is right on this time. Once again, I've made no changes for 3 shots. That's a huge shot group at 200 yards. I'm gonna go with I pulled on the first one. Now it's acting a little bit better. Once again, I don't want to blame anything besides myself here. Ammo is something I've never used. It's not a well-known, accurate brand, as far as I know. I'm a Hornady guy. I always have been since I bought that 6.5 several years ago because, man, it shoots them so true. So I don't want to blame the ammo, but we're gonna shoot here. I may have to find some more ammo before we go north. Hopefully that match shoots really well. But anyway, I want to check this again. We got 3 on paper, 1 far left. I've got 2 up, you know, about 1 inch high. This last one, windage, was great. So just a little bit on the elevation there. We're gonna go again. Round 4. We'll just go down there and show you. At the target now, and I'm not super happy. Not super happy with it. Definitely my fault on quite a bit of it. So here's what's really funny. I actually thought this was a shot from back there. So it goes to show you that shoot and see targets can be misleading if your stapler can't find a good piece of wood. So this over here has to be shot number 1. Okay, and then when I went back, shot number 2, shot number 3, shot number 4. Still a huge grouping. I mean, that's a full inch. That's 2, so that's basically 3 inches to the right. Elevation was good, so it's actually the complete opposite of what I thought it was over here, which is, you know, terrible. We got 1.5 inches high there, but the windage was great. And then we started putting them back here. So I don't know, man. I'm not sold on the rounds. I'm not sold that it wasn't my shooting performance today. I am done for the day, regardless. I'm not gonna keep wasting the ammo. I know that those rifles and that scope, that setup is going to be consistent, and it's going to be consistently good. So it's either me, I'm having a bad shooting day, or it's the ammo is just inconsistent, which is where I'm really thinking it might be. So all in all today, I don't really feel like I got very much done, because it comes back to a lack of trust, and unfortunately it's the lack of trust for that ammo. Heath is supposed to be sending some of the 195 grain Hornady. Sorry for the shakiness of this film. I'm on a little arm, so I don't have to hold the camera, and it's shaky. I hope when we get it, that grain fits well with these barrels, twist rates. I think the 195 will be great for the bears. When we talked to the guide, he just said greater than 140, so I think 195 is going to do just fine. So, yeah, hopefully that new ammo comes in the next week or so. I've got coaches clinics, football coach, so I can't get away from my professional learning. But we're supposed to go the next few weekends to coaches clinics, so it'll be a little bit before I can get back out and shoot some more. I'll go check around town, a couple different gun shops today, and see if I can find any of that Hornady ammo. As long as we can find some, I still have faith that that's what's going to bring these guns around. Just, I guess we'll get the match, the ELD match. Because the guide said that ELD-X just doesn't expand fast enough for bears. He said bears are very soft. And I've read about that elsewhere as well. He was just the one that opened my eyes to it. I've got personal experience with it. I've been shooting deer with it for, 3 or 4 years. And, man, they run a long ways. When I shoot them with that ELD-X, every deer around here gets, I don't know, it seems like they run 50 to 150 yards, and they're great shots, so I don't know if it's just not tearing big enough holes in the vitals or what, but so we'll get us some better ammo, come back out, confirm zeros where we're at 100, run our dope out for 200, and hopefully we'll find a 300-yard shot out here. If we're good on dope at 100, 200, and 300, I have no reason to doubt the rifles when we get up there. If we see a bear at 500 or 600 yards, I would feel very comfortable taking that shot. If we can't get these things right by that, and it's we need to reduce our moral shot distance to 200 or 300 yards, then we can do that as well. But I'd like to be able to go up there and not be limited on range. Anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little while. Hope you enjoyed the video. I got to get a gate here because I didn't bring anybody with me to run gates. And let me know what you guys are doing for your hobbies. If you're shooting any of the stuff, this ammo, these rifles, these scopes, man, let me know. Let me know what you're doing, what's working well. I need to know what ammo to go out and get. I know the Tikkas, it's the Hornady. The ELD just shoots great. I have to assume the 300 Win Mag will be the same as the 6.5, so that shouldn't be an issue here. But I've never owned a Christensen Arms, so I don't know what shoots well there. So tell me what you're using. Leave me a comment. Like, share, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. That stuff that all the YouTube people have to say to, I don't know, are we trying to get famous? I don't think so. Just letting other people laugh at our dumbness. Anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. Adios.